Cool vibe.
There you go. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Woo! Yeah. That's what I gotta love. The love and energy group is the best thing in the world. So welcome to the StayOkay Socrates Ironic Comedy Special. Woo! Woo! My name is Socrates. I know it's ironic. And I am an American. Did I turn it off? Oh shit.
I still hear you.
No, yeah, well, you know, better like this. I feel more professional with that backing sound, you know what I mean? It's great to see so many wonderful fresh faces out there. A couple people I know. Some people I don't know. Do some crowd work. Who's Dutch? Also Dutch, there you go. All three holders of the Dutch crowd. Oh, God. Yeah, what else tonight? Yeah. No, it'll be good. This is, again, it's like one of the things that I love about the Netherlands is that wonderful word, the Dutchest of all words, of course, that word gezellig. And this is gezellig, is all I'm saying, you know what I mean? Because we make it gezellig, you know what I mean? That's the thing about that word, you know? It could be raining, it could be dark, food could be Dutch. But we pretend it's good. You're like, yeah, a big slab of cheese. That's what I wanted. It is, yeah. And then you put it in the wrong thing because you're thinking like I did mustard last time, so you put it in the red one. You don't remember what the red one is, and it's like, does it go on cheese? You know that one? No? As an American, you know what I mean, dealing with the cheese. Like the first time I came here with the croquette, had no idea, popped that sucker right on in. And it was early from the kitchen line, you know what I mean? It was an event where I was doing photography, so I didn't want to look like the dumb Americans. So, always break your croquettes open, let it steam. They're like little landmines. You know what I'm talking about. People know. So we're going to do stand-up comedy tonight, and it's going to be gezellig. I was just in Greece. It's strange because like a lot of people know me, catching up on my thing, I guess, because this is like, you know, who's never been to a it's hard to do crowd work when there's not that much of it. Because I know you've been to a comedy show, and I know you've been to a comedy. Have you been to comedy? And I don't want to pick on you too constantly, you know. Have you been to comedy shows before? Lots of them? No? You're not on the bill tonight, I didn't recognize. Well, mostly Dutch shows or English shows, combinations? Both? Yeah, and also? How about you in the back there? Where are you guys from? Oh, you're English. Perfect. So this is good then as far as the whole language thing. Well, I mean, yeah, when I said it, I realized, yeah. My thing about the English is that I don't really understand English, you know? It's like I've noticed that like when a French person is on TV and they're speaking American, there's no subtitles, you know, because you understand them. But when an English person's on TV, they have subtitles in American. Because they're speaking English, clearly, something, but the subtitles explains exactly what that sound was in word form. Just see, they got that.
Yeah, they're in your side.
And they're English over there, probably. So, anyway, glad you're here. You staying to stay okay, or just came for the show? Woo! Yeah, I like that. We hope that we will at least meet your expectations. And if you want, everybody suggested you could sit up front or sit up on the stage if you want, but good where you are. I understand. So the whole thing with stand-up comedy is we try to be funny. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes the situation is funny. Sometimes it's not. One of the ways you know is if it's a setup, it's trying to get to the funny part, you know. And if it's a joke, people will laugh. This was a setup. Kind of a joke, but a little bit of both. So about me, I've been doing this thing for a little while, and back in March I had to learn a Dutch word, which You guys are Dutch, right? So it's good to learn the language, right? You want us to learn. It's not an easy language to learn, so you have to use mnemonics if you can. Mnemonics? Mnemonics? You got to use those things that make you remember words. And I don't remember the word for it. Yeah. There is a word for it, but I don't remember that word. So I was taught a word by a Dutch guy that I'll never forget, which the word was aangereden. Aangereden. Did he not teach me right?
I'm not sure what you're going to
To be slammed into.
Oh, yeah.
It was a guy on a scooter, and I was on my bike, and he was like, "This is what it means to be aangereden door een scooterklootzak." And then, I got to try the sick and house thing because I landed on my arm and did a whole breaky thing. And basically, they told me that they were I wanted them to fix it. That was my whole goal at that point, uninjured. De-injured, not injured, fixed. And so I went to the hospital and, they gave me some drugs. That part was great. They gave me morphine. Fantastic drug. Have you done, you a morphine fan?
Only in the morning.
Oh, you should try it in the afternoons. Morphine is an all-day drug. She said to me, "Would you like some morphine?" Which is an odd thing to ask a person. Especially if they've got a broken arm, So I said, "Yeah, sure." It was great. Really, really, really liked the morphine. Later she said to me, "Would you like some more morphine?" Yeah. I could take another shot. And then did Oxycontin for a while. They all told me I shouldn't do Oxycontin. But then they said instead of Oxycontin, you should do paracetamol. And I was doing 1,200 or 4,000 of that a day, I think it was. And they said, "You shouldn't do that." It was strange advice they kept giving me, like ibuprofen. I said, "Okay, there's 1,200 of that a day." They said, "No, you don't do that either." So eventually I said to them, this arm thing, it's not really getting so much better. I complained, and they told me that Halas and Pindakaas, which again is not a helpful thing. It means, "Oh, well, peanut butter." It's not a useful Dutch saying. And it's even less useful as a medical diagnosis. And so basically I said to him, "This isn't great." And he said, "It comes good." Again, you've heard it, right? They tell you this stupid thing. It's like the first thing they teach in medical school. Tell them it comes good. It distracts him for a few minutes, and I explained to the doctor, "Look, my arm, it only goes part way up. I have erectile arm dysfunction." And it's not good. It doesn't come good if you can't get it up. Just saying. I'm just saying. And so I have to do like this to try to get it better out of it, and then I look like a Nazi. And that's not helpful either in any way, shape, or form. So hopefully at the end of the month they're supposed to operate. They were supposed to operate a while ago, but the doctor had his fourth kid, or his wife had the fourth kid, I think. And I think he was just trying to demonstrate what it comes good, what it means, because he said, "Yeah, it comes good." Clearly it does, is all I'm saying. He's got the fourth one now. So I got my second booster today. Any booster people? Any first boosters? Anti-vaccine crowd? Sorry. Well, the thing is this. They don't do the surgery yet because the hospital is overrun with COVID. Not COVID patients, COVID. So there's no one in the hospital because they're all homesick with COVID. And if the staff of the hospital, is unable to keep safe from it in the hospital, what chance do I have with my arm all chopped open and things? So I figured I'll get the booster. And so hopefully on the 31st of October, I'm going to have medical surgery and I get to do stand-up with a thing on, which is cool. If you ever have to do stand-up, anybody do stand-up here? Anybody? Any stand-up? It's great if you get wounded stand-up. So the stage is a great place to be wounded. But, no, it's because it's kind of funny. It's interesting. You know what I mean? I had you saw me. It began that the shirt was open. I had a rainbow of color. It was rainbow. You saw the rainbow arms, right? Yeah, I had every color on my arm. I had a bruise with bruises. Yeah, it was fantastic. But that's the beauty of doing on stage thing. You get to talk to people and complain about your life. And sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's just sad. But the thing is this. You get the crowd into the idea that people are going to stand up here and say things. Some of it will be funny. some will be setups. Well, so you guys ready for some comedy tonight? Yeah! So we've got a bunch of different people. Some of them I know really, really well. Some of them I know better than I wish, but you know, they're comedians. Give them a break. Some of them are you. But we're going to go our first comedian tonight. Y'all ready for this? And all I need from you is one thing, which is love, energy, attention, and more love. It's simple, right? Exactly. That's what I like to hear. Mo knows my thing. So give me some love and attention for our first comedian. Jason! Yeah. Yeah, there was wind on the plane. Oh, wow, there was that too, but you never know. Take what you can get, I think. Yeah, so I did the flight thing recently. That was fun too, yeah. Flying around is always funny. I find it, I'm actually a licensed aircraft mechanic, so I find it interesting the things that people find scary. There was a takeoff and a woman was using her rosaries like crazy because she was terrified. And when we landed in a horrible wind and the plane was dipping and the wings were almost touching the ground, and I was worried because I was impressed. The guy was a hell of a pilot. She was calm as could be. Now be scared. It's all timing, you know what I mean? Like comedy. So how are we doing so far? Is it great? Is it amazing?
Yeah.
This is so great. Oh, isn't it? I'm going to keep this steamroller going, because once you've got a steamroller going downhill like this, you don't want to get in the way of it, you know what I mean? And I don't want to get in the way of this steamroller. So give me some more love and energy. We're going to move right on to our second comedian. You ready? You ready? Woo! Give it up for Jackie!
Yeah! Woo!
Thank you so much.
Keep it going there for Jackie! Woo! Yeah, I don't know, you hear things in jokes, you wonder, should you take it personal? It's like, I've been trying to get in shape, you know what I mean? And I realized that, like, I'm in A shape, but it's the shape of pregnancy. So, yeah, I'm bringing a new life in this world. So I'm going to keep it going along because I think the energy in this room is burning. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get overdone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got another comedian who's a different shape. Sort of a line. We all have our own shapes. And I notice he has his. And it's not the same as mine. Not yet, but it will be. Trust me when I tell you, because I'm like him. I'm 56. Exactly. Proper reaction. And I need an operation. But this next guy doesn't. He's healthy. He's young. Give it up. Give me some energy and love for. Give it up for Lucas. I'm doing this again this time. Carefully. There we go. Here we go for Lucas. It's hard to be a priest in Italy. Well, I meant difficult. Because they're always accusing you of pedophilia. That's the thing. You think to yourself, well, you can do something with that. And you can't. You take a shot. It turns out it's just setups. It's all setups. That's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Every now and then. There's a thing called the comedian's laugh, which I personally like. We were talking about this earlier. When you're up here, you try to tell a joke, you think it'll be funny, you take a shot at it. And then it ends because you only have so many words written out for this thing. And then you got nothing. You're standing here in this bunch of silence. And you guys kind of know it was we tried. But they know once you stop that you got nothing left. And you'll hear this late laugh. It's one of the greatest laughs of the comedy show. Because some poor bastard took a best shot at it. And it didn't work. And Mo knows what I'm talking about. So let's see if we hear that again this next set. Because we're coming up to this is the last of our first half. And I don't know if you guys want to do a break or not, but I think we can. We'll talk about it in a minute. But are we ready for the last of our first half? Are we ready? Do we have love? Do we have energy left? Is this place still on fire? Give it up! Come on in! Just now!
Give it up for Socrates!
Yeah!
Socrates!
We can go over this later. Yeah, as an American, you talk about assholes. That's just something we do better than most. You guys had to come up with these words. You got swaffling, the word that the Dutch needed. So smacking your dick against something. It's a Dutch word. It's a literal, actual Dutch word. They needed that word. You're tired of saying smack your dick against things. But we needed that word asshole. That's what we came up with. But anyway, that was the first half. You guys happy? Was that good? Can you take a little break? You want to take a quick little break? Grab a drink, grab a pee, grab a smoke? It's about 10 minutes, not much more, because we're going to keep this fire going. See you in 10 minutes. Woo! Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to the second half. Woo! Yeah. This is my kind of loving crowd. That's the energy. That's what I like to hear. Anybody have a great conversation in the half break? I had one. We were talking about language and such. I was just in Greece, like I said, for 3 weeks, and I found there's this drink I rather like. It's called tsipura. It's a really strong drink. You can be careful if you drink it. But there's also a fish named tsipuro. So it's really, really close, So I went to a restaurant and I tried to order the fish. I said, can I get a tsipura? And they brought me the drink, which I figured, okay, I drank it because it was good. I didn't want to look like an idiot. The guy came back and I tried to order the fish again, brought me another drink. Long story short, I did not have fish that night. But I had a lot of fun, and that's the idea, isn't it? Because it was gezellig, Exactly. Woo, thank you. I like that energy. Yeah. So should we zam into this thing? I think we should, because again, I don't want to get burned. It's like walking on the sun in here, which is good. And you need that kind of energy for our next performer. Because this guy, we go way back, a long time.
Yeah.
Hours.
An hour talking.
Days. You know what I mean? But we're from the same part of the world. And you can tell that because when I said I was an American, he didn't say anything. Because even Americans know there's just no point to trying to brag about it, Now you're British, you're from the UK, and I could say something now if anybody's paying attention to the news. Bonus paying attention to the news back there. If you don't know, they don't know who's leading their country or which way their country's going or which way they want to go, but they're happy and they're calm. What's that? There's a lock. Well, yeah. My question is, do they think, because they just had another PM again, because Boris spent $1 million to redecorate that thing. If you haven't seen the photos, look it up. Boris Johnson's number 10 thing. If you think to yourself, what is the ugliest room physically possible? Have you seen it? It is literally uglier than anything you can imagine. And it's like hundreds of thousands of pounds they spent on that. Well, Liz was there for 3 weeks. Did they redecorate it? Now they're going to do it again? I don't know. All I'm saying is if you're moving to a house, yeah, put in some new floors. It's over. It's nice. I don't See, there's a point where you just run out, It's like, it's not like I wrote that, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, I got this shit. Yeah. But it's a confidence game. See, that's the whole thing. If you blink too many times, you look like Liz Truss giving an interview, which is also weird. If you saw her, she was like Morse coding or whatever. Anyway, I got nothing to do. I'm home. I watch these things sometimes. It's YouTube. MCing is my life. Woo! Thank you all. You ready for our first meeting, second half? Yeah, keep that love and energy going. Give it up for Tristan!
Give it up for Socrates. Thank you very much, everybody.
Hey, thanks for watching. Keep it going, there, Tristan. Yeah, so anyway, oh, sorry. It just seemed honored, doesn't it? It just, there's a barrier issue here or something like that. I just thought, that's how you do religion, by the way. You're loud, you just come out in the crowd, yeah, you devil, money, devil, boom. It works.
I'll just take it.
You want that? All right. So our next comedian guy, and I got to give him the intro, man. They won't know who you are. They'll think you're some guy from the
Street, just like they meant to say.
Give it up for Mo!
Thank you all. Keep it going for Socrates, I guess.
That's my sense.
Give it up for Mona! One of the great things about living in the Netherlands is these weird-ass words you guys have. Because, you don't even hear them sometimes that we do, like demon. You know what I mean? I know I live in Demon, so I think of it as demon. But as an American, you're demon. You're going about it as demon. It's not spelled that way at all. But as the deep, dark Lord himself would say, we've come to the last comic of the night. Or it's like, we've come to the last comic of the night. Sorry, out of character. Are you ready? Oh, thank you so much, Mo. You are awesome, man. Your grandmother was a great woman. Late bloomer, but god damn, she worked out. Honest and forthright. And the best thing is, it's like the one thing I did not record of this evening. Yeah, because
I recorded myself.
No, yeah, thanks, because I thought it was funny. But anyway, you guys have been great fun. Really, this has been gezellig. This is what gezellig is about, right? It doesn't take a million people. This is just having a great fun. Give it up for yourself. Give it up for the next one. For all of us. Give it up for Sharon.
Thank you. That's okay. Give it up for Socrates. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you very much.
Keep it going every time. Well, unfortunately, I got bad news. 12 more comedians. So that was a thing. Was it a fun thing?
Yeah.
So what's so cool about these things is it's unique, you know what I mean? We did the same group tomorrow, it would be different because it'd be like 400 people in here. And you wouldn't, it's not the same, you know what I mean? This is more personal, you know what I mean? We got to get to know you as people. And we got to know the comedians and their families. And we thank you for that, you know what I mean? So, this is about the end of the thing. I know it's sad it's going to end, but it has to. So, thanks for coming out to the show. Thanks everybody at StayOkay. If you need a place to stay here. It's okay. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you again next time.